Let this warm up a little bit. All right. All right, let's do it. All right, this is with the sun visor up, DJI Mic inside the helmet today, not below, down on the chin strap, but this is with the sun visor up, so we should have a little more wind noise, although I'm not going very fast yet. I also changed a little something on my camera today. I went with Rocksteady Plus on the settings for the Action 3, and we'll see how that looks too. All right, sun visor's going down. All right, sun visor's down. Microphone sound any better, any different than yesterday with it on the chin strap? I would imagine that it would. I turned the gain down on the camera down to 0 from +6 decibels. And of course the microphone's inside the helmet instead of below on the chin strap. I'm excited to see how that Rocksteady Plus looks compared to Rocksteady, which is what I've been running, the only thing I've run it on so far. That breeze is chilly. Woo! I know winter's coming, boys and girls. All right, let's see what it sounds like. Straight into the wind, 45 miles an hour with the mic in the helmet. Let's see what that Rocksteady looks like. I almost wish the blinkers made a little noise on this thing so I'd remember to turn the darn thing off. It doesn't turn off automatically. I don't know if it's that way for every motorcycle. I'm sure it's all the same. Like, it's not like a car that turns off automatically. I'm used to that. But this is my first bike of any kind, so other than a bicycle. All right, let's get it going a little faster here. All right, exciting things. I ordered some riding gear in the last few days. I ordered my first jacket and my first pair of jeans and a pair of boots. And I got inexpensive pair of gloves coming too. So we'll see how where all that gear works, but I know I was going to need some gear if I'm really going to be riding somewhere other than just around my house and in these in my neighborhood subdivision and all that. But I got a pretty nice jacket and a nice pair of jeans with armor and some boots that aren't too motorcycle boot looking. I know there's a lot of guys that love the sport bike look and they look good in it too. I'm not gonna lie, those guys on their Ducatis look pretty awesome. But on my Vespa here, I decided to go with a pair of jeans and a brown jacket and a brown pair of boots with it. And I got some Rucka gloves coming too. So I'm excited to show everybody. And I'm surprised nobody's got on my tail yet about not wearing the proper gear, because I know it's important. Safety's the most important thing to me too. My wife's been on me about, you know, not wanting me to get hurt out here on a bike, and I've, you know, that's why I waited this long in my life too, because my whole family rode. My brother and my dad both had gold wings and traveled the country, just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles. And they were always telling me, go get a bike, you got to get a bike. Well, I had a little baby at home, and I wanted to make sure I was there for her the whole time, so I didn't go. But you know, I went to Vietnam and saw the scooters there, and man, I'm telling you, I was enthralled with the scooters in Vietnam. Wall-to-wall scooters. If you look on my channel, there's some videos of these just hot roads in Saigon and other towns, Da Nang, where the scooters are literally 20 across at a stoplight on one side, on one lane. Just, I mean, and they, in Vietnam, they just drive. They drive, and they don't, I mean, people just cross the road too. You just cross the road. When you get there, you look both ways. As long as there's not a bus coming, you just walk out. All the vehicles just miss you, you know. They just steer. You just don't go halfway, stop and turn around and second guess yourself and all that. You just walk, and all the vehicles just, you know, swerve to miss you. And not swerve, but they just, I'm telling you, people are better drivers in Vietnam than they get credit for. But anyway, back to what I was saying about the scooters. I saw my first Vespa, really laid my eyes on one in Vietnam, and man, I was so taken with that. I mean, seeing that just metal construction and, you know, just the cool classic look, I just had to have it. So I told my wife, hey, I'm getting one of those when we get back to the United States. And I did. Let's see, that was about 3 days after I got back in the US. I went and bought my Vespa. And man, do I love it. I just love it. I love the Vespa. I like the motorcycles, and you know, where I picked up this Vespa, they had Ducati and Honda and Suzuki and a lot of those also, and very cool. But you know, I've ridden a motorcycle, and I've not much, but I've, you know, shifted the gears and that kind of thing, and it just sounds like a little more work than I want to do. I am going to plan on doing a lot of commuting this once I get my motorcycle license. I'm gonna commute to my shop, which is about a 15-mile drive, so not too far, but it's not right next door either. Gotta practice a lot more of these and get better at turning slow, because I know I've seen the test, and that is a lot of what the test looked like it was. Just slow little turns like that, not running over cones, parking in a little box. I'll keep at it. But back to the Vespa. So I told my wife I wanted to get one, and she said okay. So I went down there and looked at one, and I wanted one that I could drive on the highway. And this does, see, my blinker was on again. This does, what does it do? 70, low 70s probably. It might get up to low 80s. No, I mean mid 70s for sure. Maybe low 80s since I'm relatively light. And I think if I put a windscreen on, that'll help on the highway. I'm not going to be much of a winter rider for sure, but the other 3 seasons, I'm gonna drive it on maybe not interstate highways at 70, 75, 80 mile an hour, but probably on state highways, or what would you call it, just county highways. They usually have about a 55. There's a highway that goes over to our shop that I can take, 92 highway, And I think the speed limit will be in the 55 range, and this can keep up with traffic on that kind of highway. It's 2-lane each direction, no more than that, and I can keep up with traffic and make it safe on that. But like I was saying, I'm trying to stress safety, and I wanted to get some gear, and it's not cheap. My wife made me sell a little bit of my stuff. No, that's not true. She didn't. I sold some electronics that I had that, I've had for a little while, and I'd enjoyed them, but I was wanting to get some gear, so I decided to part with a little bit of stuff to make sure I had some nice gear to wear. And so now I've got a good helmet, a good Shoei Glamster helmet. I've got let's see, what did I get? I got a Rucka jacket, and I got a let's see, some Roker jeans. They're level 2 single layer. I think they're level 2 with D30 Ghost armor in them, so those weren't cheap. And got those coming. And then I got a pair of city boots from, who made those? I think it was Halston's made the boots. They don't look too much like a work boot or anything, and they aren't a race boot. None of the gear has any flashy colors and that kind of stuff. I think I can just wear it over to work and just keep it on if I want to, if it's not too hot in the shop. And I'll be able to fit in over there. They'll probably all make fun of me for riding my bike to work. And the jacket I got is not waterproof. It's not a membrane jacket. It's just it's actually a mesh jacket. So it's going to be great for summer. It's going to be pretty good for spring and fall. In the winter, I'm going to have to put a thermal underneath it, which is no problem. I like to layer anyway. I'll put a good base layer of real thin, maybe like a light wool base. And I ordered all this gear off of motolegends.com, and they sell some really good stuff, man. I tell you, the Brits got it made over there. I don't see anything like that in our country here in the U.S. In our town, there's just, I've got motorcycle shops, but man, they sell all motocross and sport bike gear, which looks great on a Ducati. But man, if I got all that stuff on, if I got the X13 helmet and a bunch of moto gear on my Vespa, people are definitely going to point and make fun of me. Not that I care. It'd be the first time if I changed what I was doing because of what someone else thought of me. Let's see, cut through here. Yeah, so that mesh jacket, that'll keep me nice and cool. I'm gonna wear it summer. It gets up to 105 here in Missouri, and it is brutal heat. But I noticed one thing over in Vietnam, when those people walk out of the building and get ready to get on their scooter to go somewhere, there'd be a girl just walking out in her summer dress. She'd put on full motorcycle gear, covered, hand to foot, no skin showing, and a usually they just wear a half helmet there, but make sure they see me. Covered hand to foot, and it's 105 to 10 degrees, 115 with the heat index, and they cover themselves up and they wear that stuff around, and I think that helps you stay cooler. I've always walked around in a t-shirt and shorts in the sun and just get plenty of sun, which is good. I like it, but man, it's too hot in the summer. I got to get some of that sun off me, and I think that's going to be good to have some protection while riding. So all right, I'm going to wrap it up and see how this mic sounds and see how the Rocksteady Plus turned out.